ready to scrap. They were ready to scrap. They were ready to go. Okay, I'm looking at these girls and I'm thinking, I'm finished. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming to you lot with my first ever story time. Okay, this is a story that I'm not gonna lie, I actually forgot it happened. My mum was literally like to me the other day, you remember when da 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 happened? And I was like, oh yeah, I should make a story time about that. So here I am making a story time about, as you can see by the title, the time I almost got jumped by not one but two girls. If you want to know what happened, then carry on watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Okay, so this is a story that happened about, I'm not sure the exact time, but it was after the first lockdown, and I know it was definitely in the summer, so this was probably in like June, July or August. And me and Monua, we must have made a plan to go out one day, and I can't remember why we was going out, but I just remember we went to Westfield. Okay, so yeah, me and Monua must have went Westfield to go shopping, and I was on the way home. So we take a certain train home, innit? Like I said, it was during Corona time, so I was really like cautious. Like when it was the first lockdown, like during the first part of the pandemic, I was like one of those people that was really scared. I didn't like going near people. I'll get anxious when people come near me. So back then, obviously the trains and the public transport was open and that, and people could go around freely. You just had to wear a mask. But me personally, I was still cautious and stuff. Like I didn't want to go near anybody. Like I didn't want nobody to come near me. Like everyone had to stay distance away from Natania. Okay, cool. We get on the train now, and it's a little bit packed because we were coming back kind of in rush hour. And also another thing about the train is that I don't like sitting and other people come in and sitting next to me. Like because we had just come out of lockdown, people weren't really too cautious like that. People would be sitting next to each other side by side on the train, because obviously if it's packed, you have nowhere else to sit. So people would rather sit next to someone that could have corona than to just stand up. And I wasn't about that life, okay? Like no one's sitting next to me. I don't care if there's no other seats. You're not sitting next to me. Okay, so I get on the train now, and I'm seeing that obviously it's packed, and the seats where it is like a row of like 4 or 6, you know what I mean? Like just a row of seats. And then we sat there because we couldn't see any other seats on the train. Like it was just packed, and I was sitting there and I'm thinking, I don't want to sit here, because I know if I sit here, well, the stop when we get on at Westfield, it wasn't that packed, but I knew as we get on to like further down the train line and we get closer to where I want to get off, it's going to get more packed. So I'm thinking, although no one's sitting next to me now, I don't want to be here when someone comes and tells me to move my bag so they can sit next to me, and I have to awkwardly move my bag and let them sit there. No. So I was thinking, oh yeah, I want to go look for the seats where it's basically just 2 people. So there's a seat like this where it's just 2 people like this, and then there's a seat opposite where there's another 2 people. So I'm like to Monua, stay here, I'm gonna go look down there to see if there's any more seats where only 2 people can sit next to each other, because if I sit there, then no one can sit next to me and I can have my personal space, you know what I mean? So cool. This story time, yeah, is kind of a combination of like me and Monua's point of view, but like he's not hearing it, so I'm gonna just explain his side of things from his point of view, because obviously he explained it to me after the situation happened, and it wouldn't make sense if I don't tell you lot what was happening while I wasn't with him, you know what I mean? So cool, I walked off, and in my shoes, I'm just looking for a seat to sit, and I find a seat where it's only 2 people, and obviously there was no one sitting there. So I sit down, and instead of going back to Monua to tell him to come down to where I was, I decided to stay there and just text him, because obviously if I leave the seat, someone else could come there and sit there, and I wanted to keep the seats, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, cool. I found my seat, I sit down, I'm like, yeah, cool, no one can sit next to me. Get my phone out, and I text him, come to the direction that I walked in. So now let's hop in Monua's shoes for a second. So he's chilling, yeah, back where I left him, where there's 4 to 6 seats in a row. He's sitting there, yeah, and these 2 girls originally who were sitting opposite us. Okay, cool. I forgot to mention that when we were sitting in the original seats, I acknowledged that there was 2 girls sitting in front of us, okay, but I didn't really pay attention like that. You know when you're just aware of your surroundings, you know what I mean? Like I was aware that there was 2 human beings sitting there, but I didn't pay much attention to them. I wasn't really preying them like that. Like I was just like, yeah, cool, there's 2 girls sitting there. And I noticed like they're like bigger girls, like not fat, I'm not saying they're fat, they were bigger girls, like bigger than me. They were thickums. One was dark skin and one was like a bit light skin, you know what I mean? So I just acknowledged them, cool, and I've left Monroe now, as we know, and Monroe's chilling there. So Monroe sits there, yeah, and then the two girls that, bear in mind, were sitting opposite, get up and they go to sit next to him, and they're like to him, oh, do you know that girl? And he's like, yeah. She's like, where's she going? Why does she walk off? What happened? Like, they're interrogating him. They're asking him questions. And then he's obviously thinking like, what's going on? Like, obviously he's baffed in it. Like, he's thinking, why are these two strangers in a pandemic coming to sit next to me to ask me questions about my friend who is also a stranger to them? Like, what's the correlation here? You know what I mean? Like, he's thinking, what's going on? You know what I mean? So they're like to him, oh, who's that girl? Do you know her? Do you know her? Like, they're interrogating him, do you know her? Do you know her? And he's like, yeah, that's my friend. And then they're like, where's she going? Why is she walking down there? And then he's just like, I don't know. Like, he's not, so you're not trying to tell them our business because there's nothing got to do with them. You know what I mean? He's just like, oh yeah, I don't know, like just being blunt or whatever. Cool. So then obviously he's seen my text now where I'm saying, come down where I went. So he's got up now and just left them and walked down to where I'm walking. So now, when I tell you guys, I walked down the aisle, like I walked far, okay, maybe not that far, but I walked a good way down. So he's walking down, yeah, and he finds me and he comes to sit next to me and he doesn't say nothing. And by the way, yeah, when I saw them the first time, I noticed that they were looking at me, but I just thought like, you know, I got a little followers on Instagram, maybe they just know who I am, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, yeah, I had my YouTube channel at the time, so I was thinking, oh yeah, I get noticed sometimes, especially in Westfield, Bay Area, so I'm thinking, oh yeah, they probably just like know who I am. Like, that's the only other explanation I could have for two girls staring at me. You know what I mean? Like, but I didn't think anything of it. Cool. So Monroe's come to sit next to me at the two booth seats. Now, like I said, yeah, two seats here and there's two seats opposite, okay? No other seats. So it's basically like a four, but opposite each other, yeah? And we're just chilling on Snapchat, whatever. Next minute I know, I see the two girls walking down the aisle and then come and sit opposite us. In my head, I was kind of confused. I was thinking, I swear they were sitting down there. Like, I swear I saw them sitting there. Why did they come down here? But I wasn't really thinking that much of it. Like I keep on saying, I wasn't thinking. So I'm just talking to Monroe, like just chilling, and I can see these two girls opposite me and I can see that they keep on looking at me. But like I said, I thought maybe they just saw me, they knew me from Instagram, maybe they follow my YouTube channel. So I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe they just know me, they probably don't want to say hi, they just want to stare at me. Like, so me and Monroe are talking, yeah, cool. Then all of a sudden, he takes out his phone and he starts typing something. And if you don't know, yeah, especially the girls, you know, like when you want to talk to your friend in like public but you don't want to make it bait, like you get the phone out, you pretend like you're on your phone, but really and truly you're just texting your friend, or you'll type something on the screen and then show them, and then like, yeah, communication skills, but on a locating, you know what I mean? So he's typing, yeah, and I'm reading it as he's typing, and he's like, these girls, I feel weird about them. And I was like, what girls? What are you talking about? Like, I'm just bare baffed. I'm like, what are you talking about? He says the girls in front of us, and I look up at them and I see them looking at me. And then I go back to the phone and he's typing, they followed me down here, I think they want to do something bad to you. I was like, what? What do you mean do bad something? To me? Me? What did I do? I was confused. I was like, what are you talking about? And then obviously like he's being weird about it. Like, why are you typing first of all? Why are you not just saying it out loud? And what do you mean they want to hurt me? I don't even know who these people are. So then he's typing and he's explaining to me how when he was down there, they came up to him and started asking him questions, interrogating him about me. And then now they followed him down here to come sit opposite me. Now I'm starting to get a bit scared. Like, I'm starting to get a bit scared because you know me, yeah? I don't get involved in the drama. I'm not a problematic person. Like, I don't get into problems like that. Like, if I get into problems, it will be with people that I used to be friends with already. Like, I'm not the type to just have beef with random people or have people that are just there to jump me or anything. Like, I'm not that type of girl. I'm scared. So my first thought, yeah, I'm thinking maybe they know me, but like they're haters, so they want to jump me. Like, because that happens sometimes. Like, sometimes these bait people, they get jumped. That's why celebrities have security guards. But obviously, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity yet. But you know, like, you don't know what people's intentions are. Some people, they're envious, they're jealous, and they don't want to see you shine, they don't want to see you grow. I was thinking maybe they want to hurt my face. And then I'm not gonna lie, I was just thinking, like, if they hurt me, my face, like my face, I don't want to hurt my face. I don't want to be coming home with no black eye, taking Instagram pictures with a black eye, like, no. So anyways, yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, I think they want to hurt you, I think they want to do something bad to you. And I'm like, okay, cool, so what now? because you're telling me that they want to hurt me. You're telling me that you think they got bad intentions, but what am I supposed to do with this information? I'm on a moving train. Like, what do I do with this information? So my little brain is looking at my surroundings. I'm looking at the door next to me. I'm analyzing the proximities and all the radii and all the centimeters and the meters and all the rubbish, yeah? And I'm just thinking, how am I going to deal with this situation? I'm trying to calculate the probability of me surviving if these two thick girls try to jump my skinny self. What am I gonna do? I can't defend myself. I'm just by myself. Like, I'm just thinking, one was a boy. He can't jump in. He can't help me. So these two girls are gonna come and beat the hell out of me. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm looking at the door next to me and I'm thinking, maybe I can leave. Maybe I can wait until the train gets to the next stop and I'll jump out. But then I'm thinking, no, but if I jump out of the train, not literally jump, okay guys? Chillax, not literally jump. But if I get off at the next station, even though it's not my stop, and then like get the next train. But I'm thinking, I feel like I'm safer on the train than if I was to go on the platform. Because I'm just imagining, say if I hop onto the platform and they follow me and the platform's empty. Imagine the platform's empty, that's no one to save me. No one there for me. Whereas if I'm on the train where there's other people, like other people can jump in, and plus it's a moving train, so if they try to swing, like they might, you know what I mean? Like if they try to, they might wobble a little bit, so I might have a little bit more chances of defending myself. I just concluded like, nah, I can't get off. I can't get off, because if I get off, end of the day, okay? So then I'm realizing, yeah, cool, I've got shopping bags here as well. And I feel like I bought trainers or something. Like, I feel like I had stuffs that were valuable. So I remember gripping onto my bag. I was gripping onto my bag, like, no one's touching this stuff, because I'm thinking maybe they might want to rob me, beat me up, and then leave. So that's what I was preparing for, you know what I mean? After I've analysed my proximities and my radiuses and my diameters and my you know what I mean? After I analysed that, I looked at the girls. I bear in mind, they're literally directly in front of me, yeah? And I see that they're looking at me. They're talking to each other, but the issue is they were talking to each other in what I believe is Lingala. So they're talking to each other, and you know when someone's speaking another language, you don't know what the hell they're saying, but you know damn well they're not saying nice stuff. Like, I knew these lot were cussing me out, because the way they're looking at me, speaking their language, looking at me up and down, laughing. Like, I'm a girl. I know how girls are, and I knew what they were discussing about me wasn't very nice. It wasn't very pleasant, you know what I mean? And the way they look, yeah, they look like the type of girls that will be ready to scrap there and then. Like, they didn't look like no little sweet little Miss Honey Punny. Like, no, these girls look like they were ready to scrap. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what part of London they were from, but they looked like they were on it. Okay, they looked like they could, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, nah. Like, I'm looking at these girls and I'm thinking, I'm finished. If these girls attack me, I'm finished. No more Natania Hinds, no more YouTube videos, no more Instagram posts. Finished. So cool, they're cussing me in their language, talking about me, laughing, yada yada yada, and I'm trying my best to ignore them. Like, I'm just trying to look down, mind my peace, like just signal to them that I'm not on what you're on. What you're on, I'm not on it. Okay, like I want to keep my face how it is. I don't know why you want to hurt me, but I don't want to find out what it's gonna be like when you do. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick to what I'm doing. I'm just gonna look at my phone, pretend like I don't hear what you're saying about me, and just mind my business. Alright. Okay, so cool. I'm just minding my business at this point. Like, I'm not trying to get in no kerfuffle or no drama, okay? So I'm just on my phone, yeah, and I'm just trying my best to ignore them, because when I tell you, they were barking. They would not stop chatting. Like, all I could hear was them just chatting, laughing, giggling, and they're looking at me. Every time I look up, eye contact. Like, there's no way they were talking about anyone else but me when I tell you that, because like I said, it's literally 2 seats and then 2 seats. There was nobody else there. They were looking at me, they were talking about me, and I was scared. I was scared. Okay, let's not hide the fact that I was a bit shook up. I was scared. And now let's hop into Manua's shoes for a second and tell you what he was thinking. Obviously, like I said, he told me all this stuff after the situation, but like I can tell you now because I got all the pieces to the puzzle to give you the full picture. You know what I mean? He's thinking about all the, you know what I'm saying? He's thinking about all that he needs to do to protect me if these two girls jump me. Obviously, in my shoes, I'm thinking that Manua's not gonna do anything because I'm thinking he's a boy, he can't touch them, yada yada yada. So if these two girls come at me, I'm defenseless. I'm on my own. So he's thinking, oh yeah, like if these two girls jump Natania, I'm gonna have to jump in to protect her. Because obviously, knight in shining armor or whatever. He's been planning all the stuff he's gonna do to protect me. And I was just thinking, oh, didn't think I had this protection. So yeah, he's thinking about all the ways he's gonna like get them off me. And that's what's going on in his head. While meanwhile, I'm trying to use my smart brains to calculate how I'm gonna exit this situation without it becoming physical. You know what I mean? Two very different people. Like, he's prepared to fight. I'm prepared to run. I wasn't about the fighting life. Like, there was no way I was allowing it to get to the point where we have to scrap because like I'm not on that. Okay, so anyways, yeah, back to my shoes. So I'm on my phone just trying my best to pretend like I can't hear anything they're saying, even though I know full well they're talking about me and everyone else on the train knows that they're talking about me. I started hearing them say these words. I could hear them saying these names, but obviously, like I said, I'm not really listening too tough. Like, I'm just trying my best to like zone out and not listen to what they're saying. Then Mona was like to me, they're calling you. And I was like, me? They ain't calling me. I don't hear my name. And he's like, oh yeah, look, listen, they're calling your name, but they're taking the mick out of your name. Like, they're trying to take the mick. So you know when like them people, yeah, they'll try to take the mick and they know your name, but then they're calling you all these different names just to take the mick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just taking the mick. I start listening to them and they're like, Shaniqua. And I'm thinking, Shaniqua? Who that? That's not me. Who that? Who's Shaniqua? Is she over there? Because that's not me. So I hear them saying Shaniqua, and they're saying like different abbreviations of the word Shaniqua, like Shaniqua, Shaquan, like all these different ways of saying Shaniqua. All I know is that my name ain't Shaniqua, and it ain't anything that begins with S. My name's Natania. So I'm not thinking that they're talking to me. So I carry on ignoring them. I thought that they were just trying to take the mic, like they know my name, but they're just chatting nonsense or whatever. So cool. I'm trying my best to ignore them, but it gets to the point where I cannot ignore. Because they're like, Shaniqua, hello, Shaniqua, hello. Why is she ignoring me for? What the hell? Like, just getting very irate. And I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to get them angry even more. You know what I mean? Like, they already seem like they have something against Shaniqua, but you know, I don't want to make it worse. You know what I mean? So I look up at them and they're like, Shaniqua, Shaniqua. And I was like, my name's not Shaniqua. Like, I was actually backed because at this point they're looking me in my eyes and they're calling me Shaniqua. Shaniqua who? Shaniqua where? That's not me. Okay, my name is Natania Hinds. Okay, get to know. So I say to them, I'm not Shaniqua. And bear in mind, yeah, I'm trying to say this as polite as possible because I don't want to give off any attitude before they go, you know what I mean? So they're like, isn't your name Shaniqua? Give me better attitudes and everything. Like, isn't your name Shaniqua? I know your name's Shaniqua. And at this point, I thought they were joking because I know Shaniqua is kind of like just a go-to ghetto name to call someone, like just Shaniqua. You know what I mean? Like, I thought they were taking the mic. Like, I didn't think they were being serious. I'm thinking, what do you mean Shaniqua? Who's Shaniqua? Who is Shaniqua? That's not me. So they're like, isn't your name Shaniqua? I know you're Shaniqua. And I was like, my name's Natania. They're like, Natania? No, you're not, you're Shaniqua. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I was so confused. And these lot are getting angry because they think that I'm lying about being Shaniqua. So bearing in mind, like I said, this happened during like, well, we're still in a pandemic, but obviously you have to wear a mask. Even though it wasn't lockdown anymore, you still have to wear a mask on the train. So I'm wearing a mask, so obviously the mask is covering this much of my face, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, nah, you're Shaniqua, why are you lying for? Why are you lying for? Oh, this girl, oh, so she wants to lie to me now. Getting all angry, and I'm thinking, what do you want me to do? Like, I'm not the girl you're asking for. Like, I'm Natania, I'm not Shaniqua. So I'm just panicking, my heart's beating. I'm thinking like, what am I gonna do? I'm not giving them the answers that they want. Like, they don't want to hear me deny that I'm Shaniqua, but what else can I do? Because I'm not her. It's either they beat me up for being Shaniqua or they beat me up for lying about not being Shaniqua. So I'm just thinking, either way, I'm gonna get beat up today. I'm going home with a black eye because there's no way I stand a chance against these two girls. I don't fight, guys. I don't fight, you know what I mean? Now these girls, yeah, they're getting frustrated that I'm saying that I'm not the girl that they are 100% sure that I am. They're literally thinking I'm just lying to avoid getting beat up. I don't know what the hell Shaniqua did to them, but I didn't do it. Like, girl, I don't know what Shaniqua did to hurt you, but what can I do? Like, it wasn't me, you know what I mean? So like, they're talking about jumping me. They're like, oh, this girl, like, she like getting better, irate and all this stuff, and I'm just thinking, I'm not the girl you're looking for. I'm not her. They were ready to scrap. They were ready to scrap for whatever Shaniqua did to them. They were ready to fight right there and then. They were ready. They were ready to go. Okay, I'm just thinking, yeah, what can I do? What can I actually do at this point? Because they think I'm Shaniqua. Shaniqua did them dirty. They want to beat up Shaniqua. They think I'm Shaniqua, but I'm not Shaniqua. And they don't believe me when I told them that I'm not Shaniqua. So what do I do? Shaniqua, girl, what did you do to them? What did you do to them? So they're like, is your name not Shaniqua on Snapchat? And I'm like, Shaniqua on Snapchat, that's not me. Shaniqua on Snapchat, who's Shaniqua on Snapchat? So I'm thinking this girl must have been giving them verbal online, and then now they're seeing her face to face and they're ready to, you know what I mean? So I'm like, cool. So they're talking about Shaniqua on Snapchat. So I was like, okay, cool. Here we go. Here's the moment where I prove my innocence. So I get my phone out, but at the same time, I'm a bit cautious because I'm thinking if I get my phone out, my iPhone 11 Pro Max, bear in mind this was before the 12 came out. This was literally the newest and most expensive iPhone in the world. So I'm thinking, cool, I can show them my Snapchat and show them that my name is clearly Natania Hearts on Snapchat. Don't ask me where the name came from, okay? I made it when I was in year 5 or year 6. Alright. So I'm thinking, cool, this is my moment that I can prove to them that I am not Shaniqua. But at the same time, what if I showed them my phone and they go and they run? No, I was not having that. I did not want them to steal my phone, okay? I was scared. I didn't know what they could do. I don't know these people. They're ready to scrap a stranger on the train. So they're ready for anything. They could easily just snatch my phone and run. So I was like, okay, cool. If I don't show them my phone, they're gonna beat me up. So there's no other option but to show them my phone. Okay, so I get my phone out. But trust me when I tell you, I'm gripping it tight. Like, I'm gripping it with all my force. Like, you know when your mum just, that phone was not going anywhere. I was gripping it, get my Snapchat up, go on my Snapchat name, and I made sure to show them while I was entering the app so they don't think that I logged out and went into some next. Like, guys, I wasn't allowing anything to mess up this shot of proving my identity, okay? I didn't want them to turn around and say, oh no, but you just logged out and you just da-da-da-da-da. Like, no, I'm Natania. So I was tilting the phone like this, yeah? Went on Snapchat so they can see, clicked on the name thing. What did it say? Natania Heart. They read it, they were like, embarrassing. If you ask me, that's embarrassing because you just harassed a stranger on the train. For what reason?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
For what reason? I was not the girl. I'm Natania. I don't know where the hell Shaniqua is, but I feel sorry for her when they finally meet her in real life because I know it's on site for Shaniqua, okay? It's on site for her. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Their apology wasn't even sincere like that, and I was just thinking, like, I was literally just harassed by you, so like, you literally just verbally harassed me and you can't even say sorry properly. So anyways, yeah, they're saying to each other like, oh, imagine if we actually just scrapped and she wasn't even the girl. I was thinking, yeah. I was thinking, thank you, Jesus, because like I said, if they didn't believe that I wasn't Shaniqua, they would have beat me up right there and then, and they just confirmed it. They just confirmed it to each other that they were ready to scrap me. And they're bare saying to each other, oh, but she looks so much like Shaniqua though, and she sounds so much like her, and at the same time they're still looking at me, and I'm just thinking, they better not decide that I'm still lying after, because they're bare trying to say to each other like, if she's not Shaniqua, then why does she sound like her? Why does she look like her? Why has she got the same coat as her? And I'm thinking, to be honest, yeah, I had a mask on, so at the same time that's probably a reason why. But you know what I did? I made sure to bring down that mask just so they know that I'm not the girl that they're looking for, okay? So anyways, like, they're just saying sorry, and at the same time they were bare talking about it like to each other, and I just felt so awkward. Like, Mono was looking at me like, what the hell is going on here? Like, you literally almost got jumped by these two girls because they thought you were someone else. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I was still a bit uneasy. I was still a bit traumatized. I was just thinking, I cannot wait for either us to leave or for them to leave, because I I just don't like the awkward tension here we have, okay? Like, I don't feel safe. I avoided getting jumped. My face is still intact. I didn't have to get beat up on the train for people to record and put it on the Shane Borough. Eventually, yeah, me and Mono, it was our turn for us to get off the train and they were still on the train. So we got up, yeah, and they were like, oh, bye. Like, all nice and waving. I'm thinking, do you know what you put me through? So cool, we get off the train and literally me and Mono looked at each other and we were just like, what the hell just happened? It's actually scary to think that I could look so much like someone to the point where I could get beat up because people think I'm them. Like, stuff like that actually happens. People get killed for looking like someone that they're actually not. Like, it's actually scary, guys. Oh, especially in the pandemic when you're wearing a mask and people can't even really see who you are. All they can see is eyes. It's scary. All I know is I just thank God that I'm fine. I thank God that they didn't take any action before they knew for sure that I was Shaniqua. And yeah, it was mad. But that is the end of this story, guys. More of the story, double check to make sure that the girl you was beefing online is actually the girl sitting in front of you, okay? But thank you guys so much for watching this video. It was a mad one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Don't worry, guys, I am all safe now. Hopefully no one mistakes me for another Shaniqua later down the line. But for now, I avoided getting beaten up, okay? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Y'all better subscribe to my daughter's channel.
Okay, Mom.